Scorpio. Welcome to your December reading. But as always, my readings are timeless. So whenever you come across this is when you need to hear it. It just happens to be recording it in December 2024. Without further ado, Scorpio, let's just dive right into this, shall we? So it looks like your theme for the month. Oh, what? Your theme right now that you're going through in life is that you're kind of sick and tired of being the entertainer for other people. So that could literally mean like being an entertainer, like musician, dancer, whatever. But it's more like that I'm tired of always having to lift everyone else's spirit. I'm tired of always having to like placate them. I'm tired of always having to drop down to where they're at and try to bring them up to get them up here. Like you're just kind of like, fudge, man. Like I thought you were down and out for a couple of weeks because you were sad. This is dragging on to months. This is dragging on to years. So you're kind of like at this point where you're like, I'm sick and tired of doing this. And you're not quite at the point where you're like, I can't live my life this way anymore. Universe, there must be someone out there who's just as happy as me and just wants to go and enjoy. Like, seriously, universe, every time I want to take her out, there's always some drama we got to solve first, or always some crying meltdown. Like, universe, there must be someone out there who just wants to go ice skating with me and enjoy a burger with me afterwards. So you're not quite there, but you're at the, oh my God, I'm sick and tired of this. Like, when's enough? Can't they, like, get it together a little bit? Because it's kind of like you're starting to become aware that, like, hold on, they're not even trying to take care of themselves. They're not even trying to do their own emotional management. It's like they're holding it all in until I get there, and then just dumping it on me, and then I have to do all their emotional maintenance. And so in terms of how this is playing out in your day-to-day, there's a little bit of you that you're starting to recognize that you want to take a little bit more like command of your own life, and you want to start moving forward. There was, for a while there, you were fine with, okay, I just got to help them get through this rough patch, and then we could start moving forward together. But you're starting to realize, like, oh, that's just them, and they have no desire to do the personal growth to get more solid and stable on their own feet. And you're at a point where you're like, but I want to start thinking towards the future. I want to start going towards goals and ambitions again. I thought they could come along. It would have been nice if they could have come along, but you're just having that deeper craving for, like, I want to take more control of my life in the direction it's going, and it doesn't involve daily dramas. It doesn't get involved in daily dramas being big catastrophes. So I will state, guys, so my show channel, whatever, is all about grounded. Everything on here is grounded in psychology, elevated by spirituality. So a lot of times when you have that person who has those daily dramas, they probably have what's called a dysregulated nervous system. You're either in parasympathetic or sympathetic in your nervous system. You can Google this. This is a thing. And in common everyday terms, that means you either have a regulated nervous system, which means you're in rest and restore. You have one thought on your mind. You can have a conversation and be present, or you're dysregulated and you're having a fight or flight response. There's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. And so if someone's like, oh my gosh, my boss texted me, and it's a big deal, they're in a dysregulated nervous system state. So no matter how much you try to let's soothe, let's breathe, or teach them a coping mechanism, until they actively do things to reset their vagus nerve, to regulate their nervous system and get out of fight and flight, the dominant portion of their time to, do somatic exercises, reset their vagus nerve to get into the rest and restore, that person's always going to be dramatic. And it's just because they're in fight or flight. So that means anything inbound, a hug from you, a call from their boss, a friend stopping by is going to trigger a fight or flight response. If you're in rest and restore, that's when you can go, oh, my friend's calling me. Babe, so-and-so invited us over for burgers this weekend. Do you want to go? But look, they invited us over for burgers. I don't know if there's enough time. We'll be able to get all our stuff done. And you're like, oh, honey, come here, babe. So there's enough time to do it. Breathe in, breathe out. Like, they're always going to view everything that way. So it's just recognizing that person, like, that's where they're at in life. And I got to do the whole reading for you guys, but I just want to give you permission that, like, sometimes it's okay to, like, move on. Yeah, because you're really at a place where you're like, I want to go somewhere towards my life. I want to take charge in it. I want to go towards something. And you're not like, I'm ready to commit and be married right now, but you definitely want more like love, like the fun, playful, passionate love where you pick your girl up and you're like, let's go ice skating. Even if you're 40 or 50, dates are still fun. You pick your girl up, and like you get to twirl her around. So if she's young, she's gonna love it. If she's older, if she's learned some personal development and learned how to enjoy the simple things, she'll be like, oh, thank you, babe, and like kicking her feet as you twirl her. You know, like so you're just ready for that like kind of playful, not even like flirty. It's more like that playful kind of fun young love. And you could have this at any age, but you're just ready for that like soft playfulness. Because you're ready. It's not like a rebirth. It's like you're ready to just like kind of become that person who is emotionally stable, financially stable, and family stable. So I don't see cards in here that like you have your person or you're ready to like, oh my God, I want to find my wife, my husband. But it's more like you're like, I'm ready to be in a position where I can have the family life, have all like the foundations for it, so that when I meet the right person, my ducks are in a row. And you're kind of starting to realize that like that person may never even want to try to get their ducks in a row. Sorry, people, my clients always tell me, wow, that wasn't what I thought I needed to hear, or that wasn't even what I thought I needed, but that's what I needed. So it's kind of so sorry, it doesn't give me pleasure to say this like harsh stuff to you, but sometimes you need to hear it. Going into your recent past, you definitely had the moment where you're like, I can't solve their problems. Oh my God, this is going to be never ending with them. And it was like, whoa, I spent how much time trying to help them? It's like that recognition that your resources, which it's money, but it's also your time, it's also your focus. Your resources like could have been spent better elsewhere, and you're like, whoa, why did I even think that was a good use of my resources? Crap, they're kind of dependent and reliant on me now. I don't want to just abandon them, but like, what do? I can't keep going on this way. That's not the role I want to sign up for. I thought they needed temporary help. You know, like when someone breaks their leg, it will be a little bit easier if I go get stuff for them from the kitchen. But like, wait, you're going to live your whole life as if you have a broken leg? Well, that I'm not signing up for. And just because you're thinking that you want to get yourself family foundational ready doesn't mean you need to treat the person that you're dating right now as if they are your wife or your husband. So if they're your wife or husband and get cancer, yeah, you kind of signed up for that journey, for sickness, better in health, better in wealth. Well, I don't know whatever those sayings are. But if you're not married yet, if you're just vetting for that, good thing you were vetting for that, because you now know that this is just how that person is. And at this point in time, they're not showing signs that they want to grow or change. They're showing signs that they want to stay reliant on you. Oh, I'm so sorry, Scorpio. Let's see, do they need any more out of this card? Yeah, you're tired of the chaos. And it's really making you feel sad that, like, damn, I want peace. I just want peaceful, contentful love, like peace. You're tired of always having to, like, not change who. You're kind of, like, tired of what is it today? What is it today that's upset them so much? It's like they're the same in the sense that there's always drama, but what causes the drama? Well, I don't want to call it drama because from their point of view, it's not drama. They actively have an activated nervous system in fight or flight. So everything coming in, they have a lens over their eyes and it's danger. So for them, it's, oh my God, this is scaring me, I'm freaked out. So it's not drama from your point of view, though, because you're in a regulator system. You're like, whoa, what is it today? You know? So it's like, it's going to be something else, but it's still going to be treated like a level 10 instead of a level 3. Yeah, again, you're really starting to recognize that they're like, no, what are you talking about? This is what relationships are for. They're there for emotional support. They're there to soothe. I love that you provide that for me. What do you mean I need to change? This is just who I am. You need to, like, you love me. You need to accept that. So you're kind of starting to realize that, like, oh, they don't want to do something to solve this or to get more emotionally calm. Going into the right now moment, you got the 9 of Trees. So that's where you're like, whoa, I need to enjoy. I need to take a little bit of time for me. I'm starting to recognize that they're always going to be in fight or flight, so it doesn't matter if I like rush home right after work to be there to soothe her, because as soon as I get home, there's always ups and downs of emotions the whole evening. I'm going to be okay if I swing by the coffee shop on the way home to just enjoy 30 minutes of looking at the park while I sip my decaf latte. It's like you're going to be fine with like, whoa, I need to carve a little bit more time for me. Not for me. It's more like, let's just carve a little bit more time in my day to allow a little bit more like peaceful enjoyment of my time before I walk into that mess. It looks like going into the near future, it looks like things are going to pick up in the chaos between you and the other person. Not in like a bad way, not in a drama way, not in them. How do I word this? Like, it's more like when you do start taking a little bit of time for yourself, and it may not look like stopping at the coffee. It might look like, babe, I'm gonna go take a bath. And maybe before you'd only shower for 5 minutes because you're like, I got to be there for my babe. But then you're like, wait, gosh, everything is this. They're treating it like a 10 out of 10 when it's like, okay, babe, I left the spatula on the counter. That's more like a 3 or a 4. Like, why'd you leave a dirty plate out? Instead of, you don't love me because you left it out, right? Level 10, when it's really, the reaction should be a 1, 2, 3, or a 4, at most a 4. So maybe you'll go to the car, maybe you'll go work on your car, maybe you'll change the oil. You're switching it from, I need to be there for their every emotional need, to, no, I could go take the car to the drive-thru to change the oil. I could go take the car to the gas station to put some air into the tires. I can go ahead and go on this morning walk or morning run, or I could get a gym session in, or I could take a bath. They're going to be like, why weren't you there for me? And you're like, babe, I was just taking a bath. But, babe, you weren't there for me, and there was a spider on the wall, and I was so scared that entire 30 minutes, like, you abandoned me, you left me, and you're going to be like, okay, so when I get out of the shower, tell me where the spider is, and I'll do it. So you're going to kind of start to realize how emotionally reliant they are on you, and, like, you can't handle a spider on the wall. Like, go to the living room if the spider's in the kitchen, and so, I don't want to say they're codependent on you, but they're very reliant on you. And you're just going to really start to see that as you move forward and pull back just a little bit. And you're like, damn, babe, I just drove the car. It was 20 minutes. I went through the drive-through Valvoline 5 minutes down the road. I told you I was going. I had my phone on me. You could have called me. You're just going to start to see it more in the future because you're starting to, like, detach from it. Instead of, like, getting your hands in the clay, you're kind of observing now. In terms of your personal power this month, honestly, your personal power this month is to, like, carve out some time for yourself. It is time to start evaluating, like, okay, where am I, right? That's looking at where am I, and then where do I want to be? That's the energy going upwards. It is time for you to, like, carve out that time so you have that mental space so that you can even start to, okay, where do I want to be in 5 years, 2 years? When my eulogy is being read, what do I want people to, like, say about me? So that's literally your personal power to, like, start thinking that way. In terms of outside influences, I hate to say this, Scorpio, it kind of like outside influences are trying to guilt trip you into doing what they need or want. And this is coming from more than just the person I was talking about earlier. This is like, it's the holidays, you should spend it with your grandma. Don't you want to be a good grandson? And you might not have grandma next year. So, like, it kind of like a lot of those guilt trips are coming up. And in terms of if there is a romantic interest in your life right now or a love in your life, it's not a guilt trip, but they're doing like but we're destined to be together. We've been soulmates from life before. You're my life partner. You're my twin flame. They're like heavily doing that spiritual. Like, no, I only feel safe around you because we've had past lives together. And you're like, okay, calm down. It's just because I help you process and manage your emotions and you don't know how to. So they're really kind of like, but no, we're destined to be together. It's written in the stars. So outside influences are definitely putting some pressure on you to perform the exact way that they need and want. I could see why you might have a hard time leaving this person is all. I'm not seeing that there is a breakup or anything, but I am seeing that I need to pull back and reserve some time for myself, and that is absolutely healthy. That is self-love. That is self-care. Okay, in terms of your hopes or fears for this month, well, you are kind of, I would call it more a worry or a doubt for you. You are kind of a little bit, excuse me, starting to realize, like, I feel like I'm spinning my wheels, and if life stays this exact same way, I'm afraid of a lot of my resources feeling wasted. I don't want to look back in 5 years and be at this exact place, like what needs to change, because if I'm in the same spot 5 years from now, I'm going to feel like I wasted time, energy, and I'm kind of tired of just feeling like my life always is full and has a lot going on and a lot for me to do, and I'm needed, but I also don't feel like I'm progressing in life. You're going to find it's this person, as well as a couple other people in your life, who they're like sucking up a lot of your mental bandwidth. You're not aware of that because for you have the emotional bandwidth, so you're like, well, that was easy enough to solve. It doesn't rattle your emotions a lot, you helping these people. But you need to recognize that you have a mental body, an emotional body, and a physical body. The physical body is how much physical time is there in a day. That's the limitation, right? There's also how much physical energy your body has. You can't run a marathon, then compete in a powerlifting competition, then compete in the world's strongest man competition, and then take your kids to the park, right? You're limited by time. You're also limited by like the energy of your body. Your emotional body is how much emotions can you handle before getting exhausted, and you happen to have a phenomenal emotional body, can handle a lot of it. So because it's not depleting your physical energy and your emotional energy, you're thinking, well, there's nothing wrong with this, but you're not aware that it's like complete, it's not allowing your mental body to have the time it needs. Your mental body is how many tasks can you keep on your mind at any given time. You know, sometimes it's, okay, I got the 5 neighbors, we got our 4 kids, I got to take care of my husband, I got to cook the food, I got to tend to our garden. That person's tapped out on the mental body. They can't think of anything more. They can't possibly take on anyone else to take care of. So it's recognizing that even though you're taking care of them emotionally, it's taking up a lot of your mental bandwidth. You're not even having the time or giving yourself the time. This is why this is a self-love issue. You're not giving yourself the mental space and time to take them off your mind for a little bit, so you can begin to think about, where do I want my career to go? Where do I want my side hustle to go? Is there a hobby, a skill I want to be developing? Okay, and it kind of looks, well, that the conclusion of the reading, the ending of the month, or until I do your next reading, you got the bridge card, and that is kind of where you're at those moments where it's, I don't know what's ahead of me. I don't necessarily know what this journey looks like. I got to go, though. I got to start taking steps towards it. It definitely just feels like this is a big, like, whoa month, like, whoa, that person needs a lot of emotional maintenance for me. I don't know if I could help them while also getting my career where I want it to go. Or I don't know if I could help them and also have the type of family life that I want. Yeah, you're just going to kind of start to realize, like, I don't know what I'm moving towards, but I got to take the step. I got to cross the bridge and just see what's on the other side and trust myself that I'm competent. Anything I need to learn, I'll learn. Anything I need to discover, I'll discover. I'm just going to tell you, Scorpio, not all things can come with you on your journey. I don't see you breaking up. I don't see you leaving anyone behind. I think it's more of a calm acceptance that you got to start moving towards what you want, and like it's going to be like a hope and a prayer of, I hope they can be okay with this. They don't seem to be okay with me taking a 30-minute bath a day. I hope they can be okay that I signed up for school, and that I do have to take classes in the evenings, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I hope they can handle it. Kind of like it's going to be more of like a that for you. All right, Scorpio, I hope this video helped. If you would like to meet your spirit guide, I put together a free meditation to help with just that. It takes you on a journey to the Temple of the Masters so that you can sit there and meet your spirit guides. People often comment that they meet their spirit guide the first time. If they don't meet them the first time, they do feel a huge energy transmission, so that if they don't see them, they can start to hear them a little bit more. If you would like a personal recorded video, I'll put a link for both of these in the comments. I also have a reboot program. So for those of you who've just been out of alignment, life has lost that spark, and it's just been like drudgery, misery, come spend 6 weeks with me in a mini mastermind and get back in alignment when you're in that flow of manifesting good, fun, filling stuff, so that you're going to like get happy no matter how long you've been out of alignment or how bad it was that got you out of alignment. Spend 6 with me and we're going to get you happy again, and we're going to get you to have that creative idea of something that you want to move forward towards again in life, and you're going to feel empowered to take that step. So I'll put a link to all of those in the comment, but much love to you guys. I also go live Monday through Friday for free at 11 a.m. Eastern Time with free mini reads. So come hang out and join the High Vibe Morning Show. It's really fun.